The Dragon King's universe. That's what I saw. And I said, it's time to go live. Tiara tried to run us like a bomb out of nowhere. She is a Woj bomb. Tiara bomb.
Hell, getting this and free agency at the same time is actually hilarious as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
I was talking about that a little bit earlier today too with somebody. We were shooting around. What were we talking about? I think I was asking him because I don't keep up. So I was like, "What's going on with Dame and whatnot?" So
yeah,
he thinks they're going to get Dame. Yeah,
Miami's probably yeah.
What's up,
Boston and Philly have an outside chance, but I'm probably
Miami, no way. I was gonna let you react off screen. This is why I was right the way today. The reason that I didn't want to do it immediately was because I have to unpublish it and put it on Patreon, and then it looks like I didn't stream for like 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, so it always looks bad sometimes. So that's why I wish it all was one day. But let's get through this without further ado because I'm excited. We ended the last chapter with the goal. What the hell? Why am I so low? Down here. Hello? There you go. My tablet suddenly stopped working. It takes time to repair. So this episode has been replaced with a side story. I'm sorry, Sob. It's hilarious. Say hi to YouTube. This will be on YouTube later. Dragging up. There were many who said the following at the beginning. The two strongest within our clan happen to be of different genders. Aren't you two thinking of dating? Taksaka and Vritra? Nah, they're not. They look at each other. Mind your words, I have standards too. They both did the same thing. They both got angry. You're not in a position to talk to me like that, are you? It's obvious that I'm in a better position than you. Don't make me laugh, you fucker. My bad for asking that question. In the beginning, the Dragon King was in female form, but had no interest in men. Instead, the Suro, with a petite figure that was hard to find among her own clan's mates, different than the mates from her. So I remember this side story. He's like, why are you just around me? Go away. But strangely similar in that they were both outliers in society. That was whom she was attracted to, the king of another clan. Taksaka, what do you think about Kanara? Kanara? What all of a sudden? Everyone keeps saying we both have similar tastes, so I'm just declaring war in case I had an eye on her first. He's like, huh? You what? You like Kanara? Why that scary looking auntie? Uh-oh. Are those eyes of yours even functional? That's what I'd like to ask you. You know, they don't get along, at all. They be bickering all the time. Don't you remember Kanara changed her appearance to a much younger one than she had in the beginning? She originally had those fierce, raised eyes and looked pretty tall with massive hips. So you want a duel? I'm going to end you as you wish. What? Yeah. Why is he so adversarial towards Taksaka? Chill. What's up, Ponzi? Yeah, they're very unserious. This is funny. I actually didn't expect to see them like bicker like this. And like this is the most expressive I've seen them. They're like very emotionless for the most part. So I like this. I don't get you. Boom. See, Taksaka still is more indifferent. It's curious. Why is it just in one ear and out another? For so many people, when you talk about the beginning of the universe, they don't believe Manaka is a granny. The same with Kanara, huh? Are you running?
Right there.
Yeah. Are you running? You scared, Taksaka? Stop the pointless provocations. She's like, I don't care, bro. You're so lenient with others, so why is it that you only get a low boiling point when it comes to me? She's just attacking him as he leaves. Those jerks are at it again because I guess it's your other clansmen. The conference hall will collapse again. Someone stop them. One Last God, Kubera, story out by Kurigam. Side story 19, The Dragon King's Universe. Well, this panel was pre-emotion cut down. That's true. Oh, fair enough. Oh, before Universe patch 2.1?
Yes.
Emotion EXE deletion. Or suppression. Yeah. The clan especially had many fatal errors. Although he doubted that the solution the primeval god suggested, unifying their clan's gender and dampening their emotions, was truly the best option. In the face of the obviously tired expression of the creator god, it seemed to him that if he protested any further, he wouldn't get anything at all. The Dragon Clan had no choice but to leave without much of a solution, and in order to quell the dissatisfaction of this clan, suggested giving up his own stronger female form and uh, unifying their gender to male for the sake of the clan. Some praised his decision as self-sacrificing, but in reality, it was not. Rather than having to hear everyone complaining for eternity because he chose to unify them into female form, he thought that it was better to live a quiet life by giving up some of his power and staying in male form, nothing more. He was strong enough in male form, and I'll still beat your ass. That's what he said. And Kanara, his lover at the time, also preferred him in male form. He actually wants some dragon dick. Some
Yes,
Shen Rong Shen Long. Okay? So he thought she would never regret his choice. And so the Dragon Clan underwent a great change, and some time passed after a turbulent stage of rage in which his emotions felt that they were not his own had somewhat subsided. The Dragon King noticed that the lover he was accustomed to having by his side had disappeared. And he remembered that he abandoned her quite coldly. He doesn't even remember. He doesn't even remember like that. Nah, when do we read our deal again? Soon? I don't know. I finished the first season. I'll talk about it when I can, but I'll soon. When man wanted no trouble, so he chose the debuff. He like me. He's usually like, what's the path? What's the path that's the least effing troublesome and gives me the maximum amount of sleep? Although he didn't feel sorry for breaking up with her in the first place, he still thought that he should go and apologize to her for doing it in such a rude way. But when he made his way to it in mind, is that Kanara?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. There's I'm Eravata. I was thinking of the name fusion, but my fault. There's side Eravata who was acting as the king in her place instead. Jeez. Kanara has chosen to seclude herself because she doesn't want to reveal her body, which is weaker than the now number 2. I am now stronger than Kanara and practically the king. If you have something to say it to me. Forget it. I've got nothing to say if it's not to her. Hey, Vritra, listen. Just let it go. Explaining to him won't change anything. Well, that's true. Says Taksaka. Vritra walks back alone, goes in his bed, and sleeps. And I guess he dreams about the time they spent together. Oh, so true. Everyone, Program's so mean, bro. One day, the Great Snake came to him and apologized. The Great Snake, because the one who should have existed is gone. Your clan most likely became troubled as it is. I tried to save at least you, but I'm sorry if my choices hurt you. The Dragon King did not fully understand what he was talking about, but he never considered himself hurt in any way. He's like, what is he talking about? Rather, it looked like the Great Snake himself suffered more. Oh, shoot, he comforted him? So he just pat him on the head a few times and left. There you go, Nata. For a time, fire pursued him. Is that Agni? Is that a mini Agni? Just
yes, it is.
No, it's the mini Agni just fucking bouncing off of like Vritra, and you can see the anger marks. He didn't really have the intention to kill him, but the fire kept picking fights and telling him to use his power. He just kept... Actually, maybe that's Agni at real size, but just because things in ceremony looks tiny. But he just killed him over and over again and sought another place to sleep. Mandus' pain, more pain, another head pat for Anata. Yep, it's a little Agni, man. And to no avail, no matter where he hit to sleep, fire eventually found him and woke him up. In the end, he couldn't stand it anymore and showed him the transcendental he kept hidden. Oh my god. Since Season 3, Episode 57, since fortunately no rumor spread about it in the God realm, fire must have been quite tight-lipped. I am worried that jerk will find me and wake me up again. Are there any places that are hard to find? In Sura form, you'll be found right away again. If you don't want to be disturbed, hide in human form. You think? But don't hide without telling anyone. So we can contact you if there's an important meeting. Nah, fuck that. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't watch me. Watch TV. This is pay-per-view. You gotta pay for this. All right? I need a nap. All right. Then I'll just let you guys know in advance. As for where I'm going, he went somewhere, I guess. I don't know where this is. Vritra, wake up. It is important. Is it? Yiddies in his face? If it's important, it can't be out. Is that a Yiddy? Who among us is the most beautiful? What? What's going on? Is he dreaming? He's hallucinating. He's horny. Shuri, Urvasi, and Aravata came for a somehow important reason, asking him to see who seemed to be. See, this is how you got to wake me up. If you're gonna wake me up for this, all right, I'll indulge and go back to sleep. Let release Kunidon and go back to sleep. The scene of Agni pressuring him was shown properly before someone compared that to Vritra's version of the Kubera Discord. Here we go. He's sleeping. He has sleeping Riz. He gets a Riz when he's sleeping. That's scary. That's dangerous. Every time another gets a head pat, I gain a year in my lifespan. Asking him who seemed to be the most indifferent in Suraram to make a judgment. Did he murk them? Oh no, he made them he just scared them away, I guess. He's like, fucking leave. I'm sleeping. After that, rumors spread that the Dragon Kid should never be woken up when he is sleeping. Exactly. After some more time had passed and news had reached him that the great snake had died. No, there weren't many who died before the great snake. Hearing about what had happened while he was sleeping, those facts did not move him. He was unmoved. Who had quite a few emotional fluctuations, very much. To him, what others called the long story of a universe of 1 billion years was nothing but brief snapshots of reality emerging from within a thick fog between long dreams. No. If he was honest, it felt like something he could not be sure was real or a dream. Like vague sketches scribbled by him in his sleep. And in his sleep, that's what the universe was to the Dragon King. Vritra, may we have a talk? Who that?
Here we go.
I have no interest. Wait a minute, is that Tally is that Yuta with her? I have no interest at all in any of your deals. Why do you keep coming back when you know that? I did not come to offer a deal today. I just want to ask you a simple favor. That's not any better. I'm not doing a favor either. Go away. I'm going to sleep. Fuck this little kid. But let's hear it. So that's Callie, right? She pulled up with Yuta. Jeez, said, "Hey, racist little nigga." Hold on. The Kurgan's wait. It's a sudden side story in the middle of a chapter, so I picked a side story theme based on a character last appearing in the previous episode. A good choice. Side story 19, the Dragon King's universe. If those two would have been each other's types, the number one and number two would have died simultaneously. Oh yeah, that weird love thing they had going on. These dragons survived because they were not either ideal types. Since Taksaka referred to Kinara at the beginning as auntie, there are some people saying that it was too much, and even if the older version of Kinara was still young and pretty enough, what Taksaka saw was a bit different from what you know. Just look at him calling her big and tall. Clearly a game to snooze the alarm. Him and Agni are on bad terms. In the end, he just showed him fathomless fire and went back to sleep. Just like Ashura showed Chandra seemed to be close in the end, the kings try to maintain an amicable relationship towards the fifth Zen god of their clan attribute. Of course, not all of them are like that. Let me get some sleep. The stairs at the bottom are from left to right, Shuri, Urvasi, Aravata, Kinara. It's just a comedic panel, so I drew them cute, but their server forms aren't actually that cute. Aravati previously to him when they went to Taksaka after this, he told him that for him to choose who is the most beautiful, there would first have to be a beauty amongst the candidates. And then Taksaka got folded in half by her.
Taksaka said, "I'm only interested in human women, bitch. Get the fuck away from me."
He said, for him to even be moved, first of all, one of y'all gotta be bad. All three of you mid. That's crazy to say. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
The GOAT.
Oh shit. And this scene would have been in the main story of the next episode had it not been for the side story. Because of my tablet, I had to bring it out in the unexpected side story to try to include something that looks like a post-credit scene referring to the main storyline. This month, Kurigam's blog, revealing clothes. Are you saying that the only characters' clothes are discriminately revealing? What is all this? Why did I read all this?
This is some weird Korean fan bitching.
I don't know if it was a lot, that's all. I already read my webtoon. Please refer to the scene where Yuta is wearing the hide of bondage. It's only because there's a Yuta splendid figure I coming up like that. He looks too empty with anything. And must the character wait? I want to strip I want to cover the female characters because of the problem censorship. Whether the stereotype or just reading things with sick track mind, some of you simply complain to me that I reveal female characters more as if is a natural complete. You should not get confused with this. I like breast and chest, regardless of gender. I like abs. Really revealing the upper body and holding up myself is whining. It's like, shut up. She's like, stop whining to me. Shut up. By the way, the design of
Yeah.
Vitra's clothes was the same regardless of gender. Female Vritra had the same design as male Vritra, but covering its outfit to make the female clothes look like it's struck down by the wall of censorship. That's why area female Vritra clothes got widened. So, did you solve this question? Thank you. Okay, you got it. Was he unmoved? Kurigam an ape? Kurigam's the go right now. I lost to the Canard trying to cheat by changing her original appearance. Facts. This panel Kurigam teased for so long. Are those black pages and not in the sky? I'm looking a second. Are those records? Callie wearing clothes. Who is this imposter? She is here. Taksaka's funny as hell. The goat. No fear, no motherfucker. You really don't care. Let Kurigam loose. Let her do fan service. That's what I'm saying. Let her strip him. Smutwa. Let's do it. Combine it. Elevate. It's time to elevate the series to a porn.
We've been saying this for a while with Yuta and Lee's. We need it.
Yeah.
We need it.
What do you think, though? How are you feeling about this?
I lost my shit when I saw Callie there with Yuta. Because the first thing that entered in my brain was this confirms that Yuta is probably older than Maruna, as the story had been hinting at before. Mm-hmm. And if that is the case, the reason why he looks younger is probably Vritra made him go to sleep with him. And another thing entered my head after that, which is Yuta might be for Vritra what Taksaka is for Taksaka and what Agwin is for Taksaka, where Yuta might be the only thing left in the universe that Vritra cares about, which is why he's still there or hasn't killed himself yet.
Okay.
Because he's still the only one defending Yuta, as far as we know. Which I was like, why is he doing that? If he views Yuta as like his adopted son, I will lose my mind if that is the character dynamic between Vritra and Yuta. Because then it could also go.
Why would he listen to Callie? I guess.
I don't know. But I think that's where it's going right now. Like, I think it's really possible that Yuta's actual parent figures are not Garuda and Callie. They're actually Vritra and Shuri.
I was going to say Shuri, yeah. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Curry is saying if she's not discriminating, she wants a job, boob, ab. Yeah, I get it. It sounds to me like someone was complaining to her about something. I don't know. You know what world we live in. That's not anomically possible. She has no spine. You know this character flies through fucking moons, right? That's real? Shut up! Draw the yiddy! Draw it. Big cleavage. I want it. Draw the booty thick. We want that. More. But yeah. You gotta let her cook. Exactly. So I feel like if she wasn't restricted, she'd have the yiddies out. It'd be lit. But yeah, this was good. This was really interesting to kind of like he kind of was it was pointed out to me by you, Corey, I think. That like Vritra's first official full appearance properly in the main story was last chapter, which is why they put like the title of First King and everything, which is cool. Mm-hmm. And then immediately, as a character that we knew very little about, we got a good decent chunk about them and their life,
exactly,
universe and whatnot. That was dope. That was dope.
What do you think? I think if we get more with the Yuta. If we get more with the Vritra Yuta and potentially Vritra Maruna and Vritra Kalavinka dynamic,
yeah,
man, he could shoot up the ranks. Just
I gotta.
Or are you gonna ask though?
I gotta choose a thumbnail. But yeah, I got so many Vritra panels now. It's over.
I know the one I'd pick is the one with him and Kanara laying down when he was thinking about when they were in the past.
That's a good one. So sometimes sometimes if the panel's small and I like zoom in to make it a thumbnail, this was kind of blurry, but I'll probably do that one.
It's also funny how they all pulled up on him like, "Hey, pretty damn good."
Hey, like,
which one pick one, please.
And the fact that one of them kissed him because he had the kiss mark on his cheek.
Mm-hmm. I think it was probably Ravasi that did it.
Shout out to him. Like, if you wake me up like that, dick
up away from me.
Dick up if you wake me up like this. So I would fold it. Like, all right, I'm going back to sleep after though. All this about Vritra just because Curry tablet broke. Are we unlucky or unlucky? Does that mean we were gonna get it, or maybe we would have got it another way or later on? Glam, him and Kanara laying down is similar to Yaksha and Jamavan.
It is similar.
Down. It is true. That's true.
It is similar when he died and then she met up with him again.
Mm-hmm. It's a blessing that Curry had.
And the Ananta thing I loved. I think this chapter did a fair amount for Taksaka as well.
Mhm.
Like, it really put into perspective like why he loved his human wife so much, because apparently this man doesn't fuck with Sura women at all.
The grannies. Like, look at you,
Mm-hmm.
1,000,000,006 years old. Look at her. She
And
26,
also him being
young and fine.
Taksaka seems strangely immune to some of the changes Ananta made in the timeline, because he remembered what Kinara and Manako looked like originally.
Oh, I wonder why you're out. See, dragons are different, bro. I told y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Real dragons.
Best clan.
That's what I'm
Best
saying.
clan.
That's what I'm saying. Except for Kadru, he's our weak link. But other than him,
The only reason I give Kadru any credit is because he gave us one of the best fights in the story between him and Chandra. That's
fair
it.
enough.
But
Fair
like
enough.
he himself is stinky.
I just read that story. I'm like, you're kind of a loser. I'm not saying it wasn't interesting. It wasn't tragic or anything. I just laughed. I'm like, all right, get off my screen. Not gonna lie, I'm trying to kang some Sura. I mean, stay in human form. Sure. Or maybe, you know what? Go Sura form. I'm diving. I'm joking. I'm joking. Taksaka
I think this
remembers
is
the
gonna
beginning.
make
Everyone ignores it. Yeah, I wonder.
yeah, it
That's
does.
gotta be important.
Because what tipped me off to that was when he said Manaka too. Because remember when Genharva stole Manaka's name, Manaka was an old woman trying to protect him from the gods and running away.
True. Very true. Tak's description of Kinara's old appearance is like Vritra's, and he said he doesn't like that to Vritra's face. The man is a whole nother level of fearless, right? Also, we finally saw Rossi's female form. That's true.
That is true.
Those are top Sarah beauties, and Gandhi was a baby. Although the impression that Tak realized that Kinara just changed names, everyone else forgot.
Other characters know she's done that. I think most of them that we've seen that know that are gods, not Sura, especially not anything not below Nastika. It seems like Taksaka is an exception to that. I wonder if there are other Nastikas that know that. Like Ravana and Ashra could maybe be exceptions to that.
Possibly.
Because like Chandra, Kubera, Yama, I think Garuda as well, and Vinata and I think maybe even Vinata and Akasha all knew what had happened. I think when they had fought him, I think for sure Kubera and Yama knew. I don't know if it could be possible that the three Sura that they're there didn't.
You know what I'm thinking too now? I think that my top 10 has changed like quite a bit. It might be time to revisit that. I haven't made a Kubera video in a while that wasn't like a live reaction or discussion. I might do my favorite 10 characters because I think Vritra.
We've been meaning to do those ranking lists for a hot minute.
I know. It's just me. I'm just. It's nice outside.
I'm aware.
It's nice outside. I'll be outside. I get like 2 months of summer in Toronto. Okay, I gotta enjoy the weather while I can.
I got you.
I was hooping today after the gym. I was so tired, but I'm not as rusty as that first time. Oh my god, that first day at the gym. I think I missed every single jump shot I took. I was like, all right, layups, only layups now. I was under the impression that Tak realized that Kinara changed her name. I forgot. Yeah, most people have trouble remembering stuff. We can see Yak should be confused at the end of the other side of the story. So what do you think the reason is that Tak remembers? Why didn't it wipe his mind? What's special about him that he's the one that remembered? One of the few people that remember and all.
No idea. It might. Everything seems to hinge on Ananta changing things, because clearly from what Ananta said, he did something to save Vritra from something. Mm-hmm. And when I think he's referring to the one that should have been here isn't. I think he's referring to Manasseh in that regard, because she was keeping everything intact too. Mm-hmm. It might be possible that throughout all the changes Ananta and Manasseh had to make, Taksaka was never involved in any of them. That's the only idea that I have regarding that. So maybe he's unaffected by the time stuff because of that.
That's lit. Dragons are really out here. The panel which says that the universe of the Dragon King is so interesting, it makes everyone's head spin. Yep. I need to beat you in a one-on-one. Do your best, man. No idea. People who read the finite said Tak crossed over from the previous universe like God Kubera, so maybe that's to do with it. It's not impossible, I suppose.
He could have been like Kubera, where they were both mortal, and then they got turned into, one of them became a Sura, one of them became a god, I guess.
Mhm. Glam, the reason also might be because Manasa truly was a Vritra, and her going out changed the clan. You think so? You think she was a Vritra clan?
I thought for sure she was for sure a snake when she took that Sura form
Mm.
in my delusions.
Okay. All right, Ben and Bonzi, let me know, man. Agony cooking in Georgia right now. It's short of fathomless fire.
This is gonna make the next chapter even better. This is gonna
I
make
st-
next chapter even better.
It
when we
would have
see,
been
like,
still.
the actual
I still
fights
think
start
they.
to happen.
I still think that Callie should be in the chapter though, even if it's the same panel. I don't care if you have to duplicate that.
There could be a little tease. You might not get the whole scene.
Yeah.
It might not be the whole scene, but we might see Callie in there still. I think the big thing now that I'm anticipating for is us seeing Yuta and Vritra in the same room now. Like, if we get a whole dedicated thing just to, like, why Vritra is helping him, man, he could shoot up the ranks of characters in this story, depending on what happens from what happened in the past and what happens going forward, especially with him and the siblings. Hell, even him and Lee's to an extent, because we don't know what their relationship is.
Yeah,
or if they've ever met.
The thing that's probably spinning my head the most right now is like, it seems like Callie's approached her multiple times based on the conversation. Like, you keep offering me deals, I'm not
Probably
interested.
for some deal.
It's like, I don't want a deal this time. I just need a favor. And I'm like, why would I do you a favor? I want nothing from you. So it's just like, what could she have possibly said to convince him or make him like care to take care of Utah or whatever it was, or protect Utah? So that's what I'm interested in.
I can only imagine that the deals. I can only imagine the deals she would have offered him before had to be something with using his power to her own advantage in some way, because he was top one in the verse at that point.
True. Excuse me. It is debatable what she is because Anata and Vritra Sura forms are similar. Are they? Okay. I don't know why he's here. I haven't committed blasphemy as far as I know. Oh, it's hot. I'm guessing it's hot there. Do you know the story Overgeared? I think I've heard the name Overgeared, but I haven't read it, so no. What's it about? Well, Naya Curry said she was going to draw the Callan scene in the main story, but due to the problem she drew now, just draw it again. Just do it again. I just need to hear Vritra say, "That's my boy. It's my son." It's like, I raised him.
Or what she could do is draw a continuation of the scene from that point.
That works. Works for me. Does it work for thee? I can't believe he woke up. I'm like, is that a Yeti? I just didn't expect that. It caught me off guard. It's like, I have really
just
good
like
Yeti
Shuri
vision.
has no qualms in what she's doing.
Right. What do you think of the last chapter though? Like the Kubera 22 with Ravana.
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I thought it was. We got a lot. I mean, the biggest thing for me, other than the actual fights going on and Vritra being there, was seeing how Lee's reacted to Ashra. Like, she just got folded by Ravana. And as soon as she's back, Ashra's demeanor in that whole situation shocked me. Because, like, he's a chaos merchant. Even killed right now.
He's like, what are you doing, man?
And then she just immediately, without...
Right.
And then she's just, without hesitation, hey, number 2 in the verse, let's, as far as we're aware, I'm going to fucking throw hands with you and not die.
Yeah. And then Indra was like, Indra riled her up after Vayu calmed him down. I'm like, don't make me agree with Indra. Indra said, listen, pick a side.
I was very angry.
And I said, fuck. He's right.
I've been very angry with Indra in the story before. That was the first time I really wanted to put my hands on Indra. And then he was like, oh, the reason she's getting fucked up right now is this motherfucker's fault? Great. Lovely. I want to fight him.
He's like, I calmed her down. I wonder what riled her up. He's like, because of me? He's
just like,
you know exactly what you did. Woke up in the middle of Yetis. Yeah. And I'd have been like...
Also, I said this on Twitter. Me and I talked about it earlier. Shout out Marut. for actually being a character. I thought she would just be a throwaway character for somebody to fight. I did not expect her to actually have a brain and morals and an understanding of what the hell's going on.
I think I'm more disrespectful because I saw fourth gen and went, "What are you here for, man? You're not serious." Then she did that little move that said is like a technique that's hard to do because it's a close range attack. But I like the part where it explains that because Ravana's regeneration is so good, he has a tendency to just not really get out the way of attack because he can heal from it. And I always like when they properly incorporate someone's personality into their abilities because it's not shocking to me that somebody who can regenerate wouldn't bother for the most part getting out of the way of the attacks. I still would because I don't like pain, but that's just me. Same way if you're basically
I also think
nine vulnerable, you don't really. So a lot of the characters like who are really strong who can't be good, they don't bother dodging stuff that they at least perceive can't hurt them. Go ahead.
Yep. I actually think it's a good metric to judge the other regeneration of other Sura as well because Ravana's probably got the fourth best from what we've seen so far because Ashura clearly has better than he or her does. And it's been stated that Genharva has the best out of any Nastika other than Ananta. So we can only imagine how good Genharva and Ashura's regeneration is if the two of them ever actually get into another fight in the rest of the story.
True. Ashura is a chaos merchant, but he's also careful not to gather sins and grudges. He always warns Ravana of this. Maybe I never caught that. But he did seem very, like you said, he was very like calm, not like chaos merchant mode. I told y'all Indra's the necessary evil of the universe. Is he now? Is he? God damn Indra. Maru actually said the propaganda wasn't manipulated. She good in my books. Fair enough. Gandhi and Ravana are top two in regeneration. Yeah, I think I knew that. With Ravana's personality,
I think Ashura is higher than Ravana.
Okay. Personality alone could have never saved her this long. Right now, I always knew that Maru would be important to some degree because of the new god of destruction in place of Shiva. I suppose that makes sense because Shiva like peaced out.
I didn't think that because I did not think that because Kurigam doesn't really put a lot of emphasis in the destruction attribute up until this point, given how she had treated Shiva. If Marut's getting this treatment, I'm all for it, but
I still ain't seen anything rawer than erasing
y'all know
existence.
how me and Naya stand.
Erasing existence was still.
I want to see Shiva in the story.
Was still crazy. The other best attack was that shit Yama can do. So they could take like
King of the
remove
Land.
her soul. Yeah, King of the Land was great too. That one was crazy because he actually got a W against Ashura. I don't care. That counts as a round win. Maybe not win 1 to 2 rounds or 1 to set, but that's a W. HP to 0. Back to your save state.
Yep.
Indra was on his knees kissing up to Brahma. He did kind of bark for her. Yeah, bark like El Baba.
It was also wild to me that Marut ever thought Kubera was sucking up to Brahma. Like, I mean, he could be, but that was clearly what we as readers know. That's Fugazi. Kubera doesn't actually agree with the things Brahma's doing.
Yep. That dramatic irony on our side. But yeah, God. I'm so happy to see Vritra and everyone. Even when the Taksaka was there for a bit. Yeah, I'm hoping because because Yuta's the one who's in prison there, and they want to whatever. So I'm like, the reason why you decided to protect Yuta, there has to be a good reason, or whether it's a good universal reason or a personal reason to you. I want to know how Callie convinced him to do it, so I want to see that. So hopefully that comes sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I think the way Callie convinced him is actually going to lead into the actual reason why. I'm telling you, dude. He's like his dad. I'm calling it now.
I would also say this. I think this is a scene that was subtle, but I thought it was important. When Maruna hugs Kalavinka, Maruna and Lee's lock eyes for a second, and Lee's like kind of averts her eyes because it's like I could just tell this like the concept of like because of everything Maruna's done to her and all things. It's like even he has people he loves and cares about they could treat like this, and it's probably hard for her to see that. And I was like, damn, that hurt.
It's her having to come to grips with making the enemy an other instead of a person. And
yeah, man.
We're getting up to that point where Lee's going to go into time travel and be like, even now, I still can't consider you an ally, but she's like hesitant because she's leaning more towards that way, probably.
And I wonder how many days or hours she really has left because she's like on the brink,
Mm-hmm.
right, of dying.
I'll also say the situation is really dire for them because I did a count of this. We have against this group of it's basically because Marut's probably back in the God Realm. Willing to bet Ravana killed her, and Sona's MIA. Sona could very easily be dead or still alive, so no idea there. But we have with Lee's, Kalavinka, and Maruna. I was like, okay, with Vritra there helping us, probably way more comfortable with the odds, but it's still against 3 5th Zens, 6 4th Zens, and at least one whole Sura clan and the Ashura clan, with potentially the Garuda and Genharva clans backing them up.
Jeez.
I guess a group of 4.
Yeah.
With the Kanara clan gone, Yaksha clan probably gone, and Ananta clan as a huge wild card. So I'm thinking to myself, like, the only help this group can expect, as far as I'm concerned, that is likely is Kubera, Surya, or Ushas. Because the other thing that I found out was Ratri is there and Ushas is not. And Ushas is for sure more powerful than Pushan is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, where is Ushas right now?
No idea. It's our Ratri.
Yeah.
She was there.
Because Ratri's there, Asvin's there, Brahma's coming with the 4th Zen Death Attribute God, Pushan's there, Varuna, Indra, all there. They're missing a Destruction Attribute now because Marut switched up, so they might just say, like, fuck it, we're not going to go with the Destruction Attribute. But
I guess.
yeah,
Kubera's
but
staying
I don't think
along
Yama's going to
maybe.
leave the afterlife.
Good. Chill out. It's not your fight, bro. It's do paperwork. So far, we know any interaction with Callie leads to outcomes outside the other previous plans. Lit. Callie kept bugging him till he said yes. He's like, all right, fuck it. All right, I'll babysit this little nigga. Also, in a way, Vritra was a true bystander in the universe, considering he mostly slept for 10 billion years. That's true. You think he accumulated sins doing that? Maybe Callie can take people to the next universe too. She could convince Vritra with that. Do you want to start again? Do you think that would convince him though? Like, why? I guess my question is, why would that matter to him? If Vritra is kind of so indifferent at this point, you know, like I don't know if that would matter to him, but good point. The odds are stacked against them. This is going to be chaos. Also, Yama isn't there. Bring back my goddess of dawn. Yes. It'd be nice to see her again. She's pretty. Ah, Kubera. What a good story.
I'm just like, fuck, man. I mean, like, the odds were really stacked against them when I started that Brahma and Ashura had teamed up. I was like, oh, fucking hell. There's no way. Vritra being there helps a lot, but again, this is at least 9 gods and a whole clan, potentially even 2 more.
Yep.
Ugh.
Do you think that if Maruna can get a really good grasp quickly of what he can do in Sura form, that could be an equalizing factor, or you don't think he's strong enough, even at full power, to help out in any meaningful fashion?
I mean, I think even
I
think even at full power, Maruna's probably at least, or at the most, like maybe the 5th or 4th strongest Nastika in a clan.
Fair.
Because I don't think it makes sense for him with the current name that he has to be as strong as somebody like Shuri or Ashra or Ravana. I mean,
okay. Well, he knows he can't be Ravana right now in Sura form and everything, but
yeah,
I was just wondering if he was somehow able to use his capabilities to full power with it. Could it even the playing field a lot at the very least?
I think it'd help.
Yeah,
I think it'd help a lot.
No, my question was more so like, do you think that'd be enough? Which said no. So like, they need someone else to come and help. That was really
to equal it out? Yeah, no. Yeah. No way to equal it out. If Brahma and Ashura alone being on the battlefield, even with Vritra there, I think makes it damn near impossible.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Vritra's seeing scraps of records in his sleep. He may have some connections. I wonder if Taksaka comes and helps, and he gets annoyed. They start fighting.
He's in the human realm. I mean, it's possible he could switch over, but I doubt he'd leave. I doubt Taksaka would leave Egwin at this point.
I don't think he's going to. Ushas, despite only being around for 5 or so chapters, shout out my god list. It was the thing that she did for Aruna. That was really nice. I really appreciated that. And then Indra got mad. Who did this to my Ushas? Shut up, man. No one likes you. You fucking loser. Only Lo likes you.
Facts.
Lo is your most loyal follower and soldier. Only high and low. No one else.
Only low and Kako like him. That's the only people I've seen like him.
You know what? Kako's is she good? I haven't seen Kako in a while. Oh, she's good.
Yeah, she's great.
The,
She's
the
doing
head
great.
pat with Anata was good too. That was nice. If you're getting head pat,
Yes.
they'd be like, listen, I don't know. It was literally
I
the
would
ultimate.
love to know the dynamic between them.
Yeah. Because he said, I did try to at least save you at least. So maybe he saw him as someone, a dear friend or something. So, but it's just funny to be like, yo, I'm sorry. I messed things up. And he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but whatever you're going through, hang in there, buddy. Head pat, head pat. And then walk away. Like, whatever you're going through, I know it's rough. Like, you could just see it. Like, you could just see it on his face. Like, oh, man. Anata. The great snake. The great one. So, yeah. Was there anything else? Is there anything about the recent chapters of this chapter that you want to bring up that we never got a chance to talk about?
I mean, how do you see the upcoming conflict going if we get nobody else to help?
They lose.
I mean, could it be possible they just run away or
like leave Utah and have to retreat?
I'd take Yuta with probably.
Or like also like maybe not fight to win, but fight to run away, like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So they get him and run away fighting. So instead of trying to have to beat everyone and like put everyone down and take him freely, it's like all right, someone got to snatch him up and be okay. I could see that happening. I don't know, honestly. The thing that I just really would want to see if so much is just the three siblings together, so I can get an idea of the relationship, how they see each other currently, right now, how things may have been, and how they are in present time. So I'm excited for that.
Especially Calavinka.
Yeah, I do want to say this though. I don't think Sona died.
Neither do I.
I think Sona's hurt, maybe badly, but
yeah, he's in limbo.
The only reason why I say that, like, I think in the afterwards or the blog part, Kurigam said that the Tarakas wouldn't have attacked Sona first until Ravana was dealt with, unless Sona attacked them first. So I feel like Sona probably let all the Taraka clan members attack Ravana, and maybe in the background tried something or just walked out. I don't know though. I could be completely wrong.
I don't know how strong those Taraka clan Sura were.
But their eyes, don't they stop you from using transcendentals though?
That is
so
true.
That's
it usually takes a bit of time. It's still a problem. It usually takes a bit of time, but even then, with who Ravana is, the initial danger was in my mind was I thought it was entirely possible that Ravana could have killed literally everybody in that tunnel by himself. That's at least what I thought. But I think it's more likely that Sona's still alive. I think Marut, for sure, is back in the God realm.
Yeah. You got bodied for sure. We know Nata and Vritra fought each other sometimes back in my delusions. They were on good terms. I can't wait for Kurigan to drop an Indra special and watch y'all switch up. I promise you, it's not gonna happen. Could have been the most tragic thing ever. I'm not gonna go through every possible version of pain ever, and I still don't like it.
I still feel like that if Indra is gonna actually fight anybody in the upcoming chapter, it is probably gonna be Maruna. I'm willing to call it now.
I'm here for it. I'm Team Maruna, bro. I believe. But the motive way mostly stalling, and stalling number 2 is a good feat for Fodder.
Yeah.
Remember that for Nasika's Suriform is a transcendental too. So yeah, he can't transform while the eyes were on him. Because he was saying that he'll just go into Suriform and body everybody, but he couldn't because of them. And then when he came out, Marina was like, "Gotcha, bitch!" So he hit him with the what was the move called in Mudokai? The Key Wave Barrage. He hit him with a Crimson.
Oh yeah.
Crimson Sunshine of Dawn Barrage, or maybe it's one attack. I don't know, but yeah. Marina Suriform crushes Indra. You think so? Usha should be in child form of Marina, right? That's my understanding. I think she ended up growing back up, but it took a long time. Isn't that what happened? Do you see that, or was that before she developed in the first place? That was the first time she developed in the first place.
She was yes. Okay. Yes.
And she was like, no, being mean. And she used to like follow Yama around and shit because he was like sad or whatever. think I remember
Yes.
that. Yeah. So yeah,
She could still be a kid. I think it'd be weird if she. I mean,
I don't know.
maybe it's just me wanting her in the story more, but I think it'd be cool to see her there because if she's still a child, then literally the only people they have to rely on are Kubera and Surya pulling up the help.
Mhm. I'm starting to see the Kalavinka though. Like she's growing on me more and more. I like her a lot. She's been
I
great
love
in the
her.
short period she's been here. I really like her.
That
She's
moment when
brought.
I finally got my Maruna Kalavinka hug. Finally got it. Let's go.
What's up, Lizard? What's poppin', my boy? But yeah. Anything we forgot to mention? What's my favorite panel? What's your guys' favorite panel and piece of dialogue in here? Obviously, for me, it's the Yiddy. Yiddy's the best panel, always. Good Yiddy. What's my favorite line though?
Favorite panel has to be seeing favorite panel for me has to be seeing Callie with Yuta, and when it was all three of them in the same panel.
No,
favorite
that's a good one.
line.
I kind of like mind your words. I have standards too. That's my favorite line. They're both like, this nigga ugly. This bitch is ugly. Literally what they both said. That's hilarious, man. So yeah, Yiddy's winning Universal Dragon King. Yes, well done, Kurrigan. That's what I needed. This was the way. The Patreon gang. Big shout out to everybody who supports me on Patreon. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to the CBL. That's the certified BAM lovers. But I gotta give a bigger shout out to the Priests of Fire. Those are the certified Brilliant lovers. Are they the real CBL? I don't know. They just might be. But incredible big shout out to the Fifth Zan Gods, my tier 3 patrons. Big shout out to Abdel, Alan, Andrew, Ashu, Childish New Jabbish, Danny402, I think one or I, Dang, Tris, Fairs, Johnny Rogers, Lazy Dragon, Lucky Roo, Makai, Maury, Rap ZB, Revenant, Scobe, Shoddy to your body, Simi, Sonny Kathapali, Ticos, Tino Brown, Rek Mazzino, and Zachary Cooper. Whoops, I lied, there's two more. Zodiac, Nemiko, and Zyler Scotty. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. And for anyone who wants to know how they can support me without giving me money, you watch as much as you can, you like the video, you comment, you share, and you tell people about me. Spread the word about the legend of Hemmings. All right, I'm out, man. Yeah.